Okay, we're going to go ahead and get ready to start. If it looks like everybody's here, and by the time we get done talking, then we'll be ready to start up the fountain, and that's what everybody came for. I would like to thank everybody that is in attendance that came for all that they have done to make this event possible. We are so excited. We've been working hard to get this done for you. I know it's been a long 4 years, but you know, we're excited that now is the day that we get to turn it on, and you can always enjoy it from now on. I am honored to introduce, we've had so many donors, but I am going to introduce our in-kind donors. These are individuals that some of them came and knocked on my door and said, I want to help. How can I help? And I said, you know, this is what we need. And they were more than gracious to say, I will do it. So I am going to introduce them. I'm not sure. I think most of them are here. So I want to introduce Justin Witcham. Is Justin here? I know he was here earlier. Justin, he's with Hofer and Hofer and Associates. I can't tell you how many times that Justin and I talked over the phone about all kinds of things. So I'm going to really miss having the communications with him. I'm sure I'll have to call him a few times and ask him questions. Sean Turner with Trans Systems. He was our engineer, and I have not seen Sean, but is Sean here? But anyway, we really appreciate Trans Systems and all their donations. I know Ben Chisholm with TC Undergrounds was not able to make it. Ben just, he did all the boring and all. If you guys got to see the pipes that are underneath here, you'd be totally amazed. And we thank Ben Chisholm with his group. We had Mark Woods and Kathy Woods with Woods Lumber and Independence Ready Mix. They gave a donation on the concrete, and they installed the beautiful tile we have. We have Rick Kister with AC Electric. And I know Rick's here and Fred's here. Rick and Fred were here putting in the electric, and we appreciate that also. We have Chris Moore. Chris is right here. Chris Moore, he provided us with all our nozzles. If you see on the top of the fountain, all those nozzles, his company gave us all new, made us all new nozzles. So we appreciate that. Dan Tao, he was a concrete man. He's the one that helped put the concrete in, and that was quite a chore. So we appreciate that. And then our plumber was Wayne Sunquist with Eric's Plumbing. He's the one that's responsible for a lot of these pipes in the water. He's the one responsible to get this water flowing through the pipes. We appreciate it. Thank you, Wayne. We had Westar Energy donated a lot. If you see all the electric coming to the fountain, it's all new. They donated a lot of the service coming to the fountain. And thank you, Westar Energy. And last but not least, Jack McGraw with TLC Nursery and Outdoor Living. Basically, all these flower beds here, they're now got irrigation systems to it, so we don't have to pull our hoses and sprinklers, and so it's going to make it a lot easier for our staff. So thank you, Jack McGraw and TLC Nursery. I want to especially thank my park staff, Rachel Lyons, Justin Acap, and Mike Brewer for working hard to get this going. We couldn't do it with our zoo staff, Katie Southworth, Jade Wagner, Jim Duke, Rick Brigney, and Michael Goodman, and the cemetery staff, which comes over and helps us, and they do a lot of work for us. Jim Bennett, Richard Shirley, Dave Nices, and Jerry Weinbrenner. And I also want to do a special thank you to Mickey Webb for his guidance and support throughout this project. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce Leslie Coder. She's the past president of our park board, but she is also was on the fountain committee to help raise funds for this fountain. And here's Leslie Coder.
give a short brief history of what we have encountered in making this night possible. Just a little background information. About 4 years ago, we had a drought in Independence, and you were asked not to use your water as much as you needed to, and the fountain was running, and it had a leak, so they had to keep filling it. So the park staff thought, no, we can't do this, have a drought and run a fountain, and that's when they encountered the problems that we knew was happening with the fountain. So in the August 2012, it was shut off. Then we figured out it needed to be fixed. So we approached the city commission and told them what our needs were. And at that point, I think we're looking at about $250,000 to fix the fountain and make it look like it did when it was put in originally. And the city commission was all excited. Yes, let's fix the fountain. Park board, get her done. Well, we're sitting there thinking, how are we going to raise $250,000? So we developed a committee. And so the park board, along with Val DeFever and Tim Emmert, who we used as advisors because we knew that they were good at raising money themselves, and we put together our committee. We got flyers together, did everything we needed, got the word out, and we were kind of in a quandary of where people would send money and how they would donate to the city for a project like this. So we had Four Paws, who are the Friends of Riverside Park and Zoo. So we thought maybe we'll ask them if we can use them as a holding for the money for us. So people were more comfortable donating to Four Paws for their monies and tax purposes. So thanks to Four Paws, we were able to get them to design a line item through their treasury, so your monies went through them. So that helped a lot to have them involved with us. So after lots of flyers, mailings, advertisement, the money was secured. People were so willing to give. We had donations from pennies to thousands. So it's really, really great and pretty quick when we had that much money we needed to raise. So after the many donations of private citizens, corporations, and a lot of class reunions, it was really helpful to have people discuss this after class reunions because they all loved the fountain. They wanted it turned back on. So here we are tonight. Thank you, everyone. That's it.
Thank you, Leslie. Now, a few words from our president of our park board, Jim Hogan. And I'd like to thank Jim Hogan. He came out here and helped us do a lot of groundwork. And thank you so much, Jim, for helping us.
Glad to see a good turnout here tonight. There's been a lot of memories around this fountain. You'll remember back, and I hope there'll be a bunch more. I'm not going to speak much. Just something to throw out. There's always something to be done here at the park. If you look at these flower urns as you walk down, some of them are in sad shape. I challenge you to pick up, or Dale Holroyd and I did, we wrote checks to Judy. $200, you can buy one of these urns. Just something to think about. I mean, I hate to hit you with money right off the bat, but, you know, some of these urns have already fallen off their little plots, so it'd be a good place to start, and thanks everyone for coming.
Our next speaker is Gail Holm. She is our president of Four Paws, and here's Gail.
Thanks, Barb. As Jim said, it is a wonderful turnout tonight. It shows what a great community we live in and how everybody does love our park and zoo. When the fundraising was started, it also showed how generous our community is. We had different sponsorship levels, and our top level is a gold sponsorship, and we've had people at that level donate more than $10,000 apiece. And I'd like to thank those individuals, and they are Ray Woods, Tom and Debbie Schrader, the Lucille Gibson Thompson Trust, the Chamber of Commerce, and Four Paws. The silver sponsors that donated were Art Sherwood, Jim Ransbottom, the graduating class of 1960, and a memorial in memory of Dick Shaver, as well as Newkirk, Denison Buckles. And the bronze sponsors were the class of 1958, the class of 1966, Kathy Stone, Merle, Ed, and Ron Morty, in memory of their parents, Lloyd and Hazel Morty, as well as the Hubmeyer Memorial. There were also hundreds of other generous donors that made this fountain project possible. And thank you to everyone who supported this.
Thank you, Dale. What we're going to do is a few words from Mickey Webb, our city manager, and then we're going to do a ribbon cutting, and then we'll introduce Gary Hogsett, our mayor, and here is Mickey.
Yes, thank you. I'd like to thank a few people that worked real hard this week. Carolyn Torrance spent hours on end out here this week. Thank you, Carolyn. And Jim Hogan, he spent a lot of time the last few days. Thank you very much. And Leslie Coder, thank you. Also, Debbie Schroeder. Schrader, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Debbie. And Amanda Brock. And also, I'd like to thank the Sheriff's Department. He had his, Jeremy Hankins had his crew out here for a lot of time this week. Thank you to the Sheriff's Department. Also, George Isley that helped us on some speakers. And also, thank you, Lori Kelly and Equity Bank for the food that we had tonight. And the Dairy Queen for the nice dessert that we had. Also, I would like to personally thank all of the Park Department, Barbara's crew, and also the other departments that helped Barbara's crew. Thank you for all the work you've done. You've done your work and also took time not only to do this project, but some other projects. Thank you for all the work you do. And thank you to everyone that made this project a reality. Now we're ready to cut ribbon cutting. Now I'd like to introduce the mayor of Independence, Gary Hogsett, but not because he's mayor, because he was him and Ann were the winners of a auction to get to the opportunity to turn on the fountain. Thank you, Gary and Ann.
Thank you. I must say, everybody I've spoken to this evening has said the same thing. You're not going to talk, are you? Really? I could take that very personally, but I won't. I do want to say again how much my wife and I love Independence. You know, we looked a long time to choose a city, and we know we made the right choice. Holy smokes, what an incredible place. This is just evidence of it one more time. So, with no further ado, oops, maybe there is further ado. What? Oh, we're not quite ready. Okay, stall, stall, stall. Are we good to go? Hey, I love to talk, you know that. Now, you guys heard her say, talk some more, right? Okay, we good to go? All right, we're going to do a countdown, starting with 10. Ready? 10, 9,